Hi, I'm Stuart from the Norfolk Honey Company and welcome back to our mini-series of the on-the-spot queen rearing videos that we've produced this season. If you've seen the videos up till now, you'll know that we've got some BS Honey 2-in-1 nukes that we've been using to produce some additional queens. I'll pop some links in the video for you so that you can go back and take a look if you haven't seen them as yet. But today we've come back to our Hillside Allotments apiary because one of those mini nukes, the 3-frame nukes, was actually growing quite quickly the last time we looked, and we want to get that out of the 3 frames and into a full-size nuke of 6 frames. So we're going to have a look at one particular nuke box during this video. We're going to try and find the queen and mark her if we can, but then also take out one of the 2 nukes, pop that into an additional nuke box, and then expand the nuke that we leave behind fully across the BS Honey 2-in-1 nuke. So rather than having 2 3-frame nukes in there, we'll expand it so that it becomes a 6-frame nuke. And that really is the benefit of these fabulous little nuke boxes, which, by the way, we're now able to provide you via our website. So if you're interested in these BS Honey nuke boxes, please go across to the website and register your interest. We'll be getting stock in the next few weeks, and then hopefully we'll be able to supply you directly. So I'm going to grab the smoker and we'll head over to the nukes and take a look at what we've got. So here we've got our BS Honey 2-in-1 nuke, and this we've got set up as 2 3-frame nukes at the moment. So we'll just give them a bit of smoke both sides, because we've got an entrance at both sides, you'll recall. And then we're not actually using the feeder at the moment, but we've just left the feeders on, so we'll just pop the feeder and roof off at the same time. And now we can just give them a light smoke and see what we've got. We have another nuke box. It's not the same as the BS Honey box, it's a different model. And we have extra frames of foundation ready to go into the boxes as well. So we're just going to take a little look and see what we've got. Just ease the frames out. So this frame is full of stores. So the bees have been sorting themselves out and loading up with plenty of food stores. And hopefully we've got a laying queen in here. Okay, so immediately I can see that we have a problem with this particular side, and you can probably see that we have a drone laying queen, and that is a result of either no mating or poor mating. And you can see that something has gone wrong, and all of these cells here have now developed into drone cells, and you get this kind of wavy pattern because the eggs have been laid into worker cells, and because of that, the drones being bigger, it tends to distort the cell and you get this kind of topographical map scenario. So unfortunately we need to find the queen in this particular nuke and remove her, because she's not, unfortunately, going to be able to sustain a colony. So we've just spent several minutes trying to find the queen in this drone laying colony, and we've not been able to. And the problem sometimes is that because she may be unmated or unsuccessfully mated, she's going to be a very similar size to some of these workers, some of the larger workers. So it just adds to the difficulty in trying to find her. You can see here quite clearly on this frame that we've got all of this drone brood in a position where we should have worker brood. And I've had a close look, and we've got single eggs that have been laid in the bottom of some of the cells around it. So that would tend to indicate that this is a drone laying queen as opposed to an egg-laying worker or egg-laying workers. Generally with egg-laying workers, they'll tend to lay more than a single egg in each cell, and because their abdomens are not long enough, they tend to lay those eggs on the side of the cells. And so having a single egg at the bottom of a cell tends to indicate that it is a drone-laying queen, but we can't find her. So what we're going to do is move this 3-frame nuke out of the BS Honey nuke and pop it into another nuke box. We're going to take out the frame of food that they have. They've still got food stores here, but we'll have a look through just 2 frames and see if we can add a few more frames of foundation and see if we can spot her. But we need to remove her. But until we can find her, it is going to cause us a bit of an issue. So we'll just pop this into the new nuke box that we've got, and then we'll have a look at the other side of the 2-in-1 nuke and see if we've got a successfully mated queen in that side, and then we can allow her to expand across the entire box. So I've added the drone laying queen into the bottom poly box. We've got another nuke box here. It's not the same as the BS Honey ones, but it's adequate for our needs. And the next step is to come back into our 3-frame nuke and just check to see what's going on in the second of the 2 mating nukes that we had. And so in this one, we have a very much more traditional pattern. We have eggs and brood in this area, and that looks a lot more like worker brood. I'll just flip the frame over, and we've got a space here where the queen has laid eggs in. And you can see how the bees have cleared that area for her to lay eggs into. So we'll just pop this in front of the hive. And so this is very much more what you would hope to see. We've got a nice area of sealed brood. This is all worker brood. It doesn't have that high domed appearance as the drone brood had, and the same on the reverse side. So we'll pop that frame back in, and then we have just the one final frame to have a look at. And again, more brood. So this queen appears to have mated successfully, and they're actually now in need of more room. So here's the queen. I've just spotted the queen in this colony. She's in here. And she looks healthy and well. So we'll remove the central divider, and then we'll just pick her up and get her marked. So the next task is to just remove this divider. The bees have used propolis to kind of glue it all in, but I'm hoping that the petroleum jelly we used in the groove, there we go, in the groove, has actually allowed it to be fairly free. So that's come out fairly easily. Needed a little tug just on one side, but you can see how the bees have used propolis all the way around the edge to stick it to the side of the strip that it slides into. So we'll just knock the bees off that, and then we can use that again as and when we want to produce more queens. So let's just see if we can find that queen again. So having said we were going to mark the queen, she's now put on her cloaking device and completely disappeared, and I don't want to rummage around too much because we've already disturbed them quite a lot. Okay, so I've had a good look, and she's in there somewhere, but the bees are now kind of milling around quite a lot, and they're on the sidewall, and she's probably tucked in one of the corners, so I don't want to continue to disrupt them. We're going to put in some additional frames of foundation now to allow them the extra space to expand into, and so adding a feeder as well will then give them some additional supplies that they can then use to draw out the frames of foundation. So we'll just pop in the original third frame. So this is the one that makes up the remainder of their brood nest, so we'll pop that in as well. And we've actually got one frame of additional food here as well. So what I'm going to do is to just split the extra frame away from the brood nest, and we'll pop in the frame of foundation between the frame of food at the side and the outside edge of the brood nest. Okay, so we've got our two extra frames of foundation. Pop one in that end and just ease those frames together, and then we have one additional frame to go in at this end, and then of course we have our division board which needs to go back in. There are quite a lot of bees down this edge, so we just have to be very careful as we pop this back in. Just make sure that we don't crush any bees, but as we slide this down gently, the bees will move away. And then of course we've stored the division board in the nuke box, ready for use next time. So I've removed the little plastic covers off the kind of perspex cover boards that we've got on the side of the feeders. There's a rubber bung that fits in the middle, so you need to make sure that that's securely in place, because if you don't have that securely in place, then when you pour in the sugar syrup, it's just going to run straight through and down into the hive. And then we just have some 1-to-1 sugar syrup. And the bees are already up into the feeder, so we'll be able to get them to take some of that feed down, and then the bees below will come up and also feed on it. And hopefully that will give them enough resources to be able to draw that additional foundation. All that remains is to pop the roof back on. And so now we've got a 6-frame nuke on the top. We've got our drone laying queen in the bottom, and we'll have to deal with that over the next day or two. I'll come back and have another look to see if we can find that queen. And then we've got the raised entrance on this side, which the bees are already starting to find. So we've completed that exercise. It's not ideal. It's a shame that we've ended up with a drone laying queen. Disappointing, but that's part and parcel of queen rearing and beekeeping. I guess you could say that if we hadn't raised queens, another normally mated queen might have gone off and become drone layer, so any colony can suffer the effects of a drone laying queen. So just to recap, we had originally 5 queen cells plus the original queen. The original queen is doing very nicely in her own hive now, with a growing, developing colony in her own right again. And we were hoping that we'd end up with 5 colonies here in nukes that we could then move on to progress and develop into full-size colonies for the autumn, ready to go through the winter. So we're now down to 4. We'll have to deal with the drone laying queen over the next few days, and then we can perhaps start the cycle all over again. Those colonies will then progress into full-sized nukes and then full-sized hives, and we can use those boxes again to produce some more queens. So I hope you found that interesting. I hope you found the entire series interesting. Don't forget, we also have our Patreon page, which is a support page where you can help me create more content and in return access more videos and additional content. It looks like the sun's coming out now, so we're going to pop off and have a look at some more hives. Until next time, thanks for watching.